I mean, it's coming from here. Literally here. Apparently the train for the Coke needs some fuel. Apparently the Coke train needs to get fueled up. Hmm. Alright. Sure. Interesting, because that means it has to, like, loop all the way down and then back up to get to its station. Yeah, it's got some stuff. Oh, there's 2 trains already. Uh yeah, definitely I'm thinking that I need more than that. Are you coming to me in here? I think you are. Yeah, you're here. Good. Good. Up we go. And over. This way. Okay. So the way that this is gonna work, I'm gonna get rid of this. This line does not need to exist anymore, because I actually have a sufficient quantity of stuffs. Don't need to loop stuff in there. That was some extra thingamaboppers. Yes, thingamaboppers. It was some extra wood to use as fuel. Don't really need to use that anymore. Also, don't need these to exist anymore. This whole, like, section can just die. If I have the inventory. Yeah, I do. Fortunately enough. I mean, I could have just left this in and swapped this to the CO2 from Coke. Where is... Here. This is a different output, isn't it? It's... definitely a different output. What? 8 per second versus 75. Okay, I had 5 of these. 375. Is that really how much I needed? No. I think this has been sped up. I think this has been adjusted. Has this been adjusted? I think this has been adjusted. A little bit. This has changed. Most likely, because I do not remember that being that much output. It's 40 there, and what was it for this? Because I think this might actually be the reason. How many fastwoods? 12? That's why. Okay, so it didn't change. I just happened to need that much. So I need 280. I need 280 CO2 for that. 280 plus 40. Yeah, that's 3... Yeah, that's definitely more than the 4. This was 320. So, okay, how much do I need to get up there to 320? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a few. 40. I need to get a few more high pressure furnaces. I need a few more high pressure furnaces. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, I need a few more of those. 5. Oof. All right, let's get... Yeah, stuff things. Don't care. 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? I hate when it's off like that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 5, 6, 7, 9, 31, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 40. I think. Is that 40? Please. Please be 40. Please don't make a liar out of me. That is 40! Hey, I can count. It's glorious. I can count. Yay! Celebration. Much rejoicing and all that. You can actually count. Alright. So yeah, I need to grab a few of those. And get the CO2 going, because we can at least make this move, right? We can make it move a little bit. Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Make it actually move a little bit. And that is that. I think. Did I happen to actually need the biomass as biomass anywhere? I don't think so. I don't think I needed the actual biomass as biomass anywhere, so we should be good at this point. There's that going. There's the fastwoods moving again. Alright. Time to grab more thingies. Where's my crawdaddy-o? Get more high pressures, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to plan out stuff and things. Beautiful and glorious stuff and things. Alright, go down here. Park. Now. Ah, they're bringing me stuffs. So much stuffs. Oh god. Things! Need inventory space, please. Stuffs. Things. Move. I don't need those. I need more high pressures. Bring me, like, 30. 30 of those. That is good. How you doing? Still nothing. Still nothing. I will know if I have something, because I'll see 5 Falgi spores in here. That's how I'll know we'll get the first one. We'll have gotten the first one, is once I see 5 spores. That will be glorious. Once that happens. For reference, this has cycled 174 times. 175 times. Right now. And still nothing. We're still waiting. But, yeah, just slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. We will eventually get the Mark II Falgi. Eventually. 176 products finished, etc., etc. You know, I've got the ability to get Nixie tubes. I could, like, mark it as a count of how many cycles have happened versus how many products finished. I think that's exposed. Don't know. Would be interesting, to say the least, to show that. Okay, here. What are the limiting things? Zinc. Zinc is limiting. Nickel, not so limiting. Zinc is limiting. Very, very limiting. As would be Vrauk cocoons. This is Vrauk cocoons. You may notice how many Vrauk cocoons I'm making right now. Gee, how many Vrauk cocoons do I have? Nothing on the pipes. Why? Might have to do with that whole moss situation. What is this? Oh. Biomass. So, yeah, about that. So the biomass on the bus was being made out of the phytoplankton recipe, which is the only recipe you have available to you at the start of the game. At that point in the game, that's what you had access to. Was biomass. It no longer exists. It's gone. Completely. So phytoplankton into biomass in the evaporator is dead. Alright. Sure. I will delete all of this then. I have other solutions. This is not the only solution. Oh yeah, and even like the petri dishes were delayed. Okay, biomass. I'm sure that the composter has a recipe that converts phytoplankton to biomass. Like I'm pretty sure that the composter now has that recipe. Or a recipe. So, yes, that's what I'll look at now. I just have to go and get composters to see what those recipes are. Okay, composters. Might need a few of them, so let's bring 20. You buffed the speed next release on the composters. Alright, good to know. Good to know. This could use power. This could use much power. Much power. Also, I will very likely need a lot more of these things to exist. I was actually carrying around sand extractors? What? What is this shenaniganry? How was I actually carrying around sand extractors? I can't believe I actually had a plan. An inverted belt in the moss. Still there. There we go. There we go, now it's flowing. It shall flow, the moss shall flow. How much is this? 10. Yeah, it's fine. That's more sufficient. More sufficient quantities of the moss. You there. Right, so all of the stuff is hidden, so I have to actually... Wait, how do you... There. There is a pipe input. It does exist. Now down all the way to where I have my stuffs and things. Now, I think I'm actually also using the phytoplankton somewhere else for something. So maybe I don't really want to use the phytoplankton so much here, but anyway. Building! Uh, ba, ba, ba. Okay. Throw some power. So how much? 5 per cycle. That's not unreasonable on the speed either. I can work with this. This can be worked with. Yeah. Now, will it go through like all of my phytoplankton that I'm currently making out of iron? My whole 8 per second? My whole 8 per second of phytoplankton out of iron? Probably. I don't know what is being consumed per cycle. That's the only like niggle here. 10 units per cycle. Okay, and then the cycle is 5 seconds? About 5 seconds? That's what it looks like to me. Six. 5 or 6, somewhere along those lines. So 2 per second per composter. There's probably a way to look at this in Hellmod. Hellmod, I need you to tell me stuffs. Build that list. I don't know if it's like fully hidden or not. Oh, hey, there they are. There's compost. Now to find the compost from plankton. Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting. Plankton, plankton, plankton. Just go down the list until we see plankton. There's only 1,000 inside of it because that's what you set the internal buffer to. You set it specifically to accept 1,000 units of fluid. Where is the stuff? You could throw guar at the thing. Right, you could throw like the spores. Yeah, you could throw the spores at it to give you 1-to-1. Eh. Actually, no, this doesn't actually tell me how many biomass out. Might be 1. Oops. Maybe well, no, I can search for compost and it'll show me all of the stuff here. I don't know if it'll show me the compost recipe that includes the item. Oh, I can filter by ingredient, can't I? Give me phytoplankton. 1K in that. Everything with phytoplankton as an ingredient. There it is. Factory. Compute by factory. So it is 1 per second. in to half a biomass per second out. That is the ratio. It is composting 10 phytoplankton to 5 out. That is what it is. Half per second biomass. So I can do up to 12 or 8. I can do up to 8. Huzzah! I can have like 8. 8 glorious things, giving me 4 whole biomass. How much biomass do I actually need here for these? 3.27. Okay. That's, yeah, that's gonna be 7 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there goes, like, basically all of my phytoplankton from this recipe into that. Also, go that way, please. Please be sure to focus on making the Vrout cocoons. I don't really need you to go elsewhere at this point in time, anyway. I mean, do I even need the biomass to go this way to begin with? What else do I need the biomass for on this bus? I don't know. I really don't know what else I need the biomass for on this bus. I think it's just going all the way down to the end. Yeah, and there it's stop. Oh, hey, there it is. There's some use for it. Hey, it's the kick-alk that'll use it at some point. Let's just ignore the fact that I'm also getting non-zero amounts of biomass from making fiber as well. You know, I'm also making fiber, and that's giving me some biomass. I'm sort of voiding biomass at the moment because I have so much of it. I shouldn't have done any of that, by the way, with the composter. I should have just done the soil sorting biomass and been done with it. But that would take longer. Really? Okay, where is my thingy? Let's get those high-pressure furnaces placed down at the, down at that CO2 line that we've got going on. Or, you know, alternatively, I could have made the phytoplankton out of the better flue gas recipe. You know, transitioned to a better phytoplankton recipe. Because that does exist. Come on. Up this way. Don't get hit by train. That would be great. That would be great not to get hit by train. Place the things. Okay. That is the Rock's cocoons sorted and the fixing of stuff for the biomass changes. That's all the biomass change fix stuff done. Now I can actually do what I wanted to do today, which is get more zinc. Getting more zinc first off is very important, and then we could do like the laughing stuff with the fish. We can get fish at scale. More scale than the one building I currently have of it. Yes, let's break all of the things. So what process do I want to use to get additional zinc? I don't know. What I do know is that doing anything better than what I'm doing now is going to require an iron input. So, for reference, all of my zinc is coming from this right now, and has been this entire game thus far. I have a yellow belt, one yellow belt of zinc ore being processed through hot air processing. Because this is cheap. If I want to actually process my zinc into any other process better than this, the very first step is to get iron in. Oh, I don't need Mark II. I don't need Mark II foundries. That just changes the number of foundries. That changes nothing about efficiency. What I'm planning is efficiency here. So, do I stick with my one yellow belt and try to get more out of my one yellow belt? Do I build additional syngas to mine more? That's the other thing, is mining more and then building out more infrastructure for the actual processing. So, stuff, things. Let's have a look. Let's see. Yes, autosave. Auto-saving. Come on, build the thingy. Thank you. Pyro. Show me your stuff for zinc. Let's see. So we've got zinc plates from grade 2, as well as molten. Now, at this point, molten is going to require heavy oil, which I could do. Which, that's easy enough, actually. You know. Actually, that's fine. If I can get up to grade 3, that would be the way to go, I think. So that, from that, from that, from you, from you. And yeah, so input at 15. We could get a whole half of a belt. We could get a whole half belt, half yellow belt of zinc for our yellow belt input of zinc. It's glorious. We're totally spending 4.5 iron per second for that 7.5. We're totally spending 4.5 iron per second for that 7.5. But it's a lot better than what we've got here. 7.5, that's a full throughput lane. That's one lane of the yellow belt. So it's a little bit more than what we've got going right now. Just a little bit more. Now, if I decide to instead go down this route, we could go all the way up to high grade. The problem with going all the way up to high grade is, well, A, there's filtration media there. B, there's some lead dust that we'd have to deal with. This also needs grease and sodium hydroxide. Yeah, lots of stuff there. Lots of stuff there, even to get to the concentrate, let alone the high grade. So yeah, that's not happening. Not happening. And there's a feedback loop with that grade 2, 30% chance. Powdered, though. Powdered would not require any outside inputs. And while I could do grease, I could do other stuff. Do I do this feedback loop? I think I'm going to take this tech immediately. Because I actually have a bit of a backup on the blue science. So I have like 1.4k of the blue science just hanging out, so I can just take this tech. Um, and this isn't even a... Right, so this isn't even a molten recipe either. This is just a straight up advanced foundry recipe with hot air, giving 32 units of zinc. Let's have a look at that. So I'm going to make a copy of this and then paste it here. We're going to do the ingredient input at 15 so that we can compare. So you go into grade 4, and from grade 4 into the powdered. I'll need the matrix solver to do its thing. And then the powder will go into hot air processing into 13.72 plates from our 15. 13.72 plates from our initial 13 at the same iron cost. So, yeah, this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do and not have to spend any outside inputs at all. That is a lot more reasonable, in my honest opinion. Yes, the iron being the only outside input here, the 4.5 per second of the iron without productivity bonuses, because do remember that you can productivity iron sticks when you do get modules. So, building counts. Let's get a pin going here. I've already got hot air out there. Oddly enough, I already have the infrastructure for the hot air and some advanced foundries just sitting out there for this transition. I will need to deal with some other stuff, though. Looks like some coal dust, oddly enough, I need to deal with, as well as sand, tailings, and stone and soil. So a few things to void, as well as the fuel to void it. Yes, sticks. Rods. Rods! They're rods! Sticks. Sticks. Alright, summary. Tell me I need thingies. How many thingies do I have over here right now? What is this building count? 12! So I have enough of those. Need some hydro classes. I don't need that many anymore. See, that needs to auto-select everything. That needs to select the whole thing when I tab over to it. That needs to happen. Don't request those. Don't need the soil extractor anymore, but I like to keep those on hand. Ball mills. Yes, more ball mills. Lots of ball mills, actually. 20 ball mills. Oh my. 20 of the Mark 1 ball mills. I can totally make Mark 2 stuff. Again, issue being zinc, by the way. Zinc is what's limiting my Circuit 2s. I guess I never actually discussed why my zinc was being a bottleneck. Why I was using all of my zinc. Well, my zinc is the bottleneck right now, I think, on stuffs. Why light N? Why? Oh. And I guess I need more lard, too. Just, you know, casually, I also need more lard.